If you grew up in the 1990s, you probably saw the rise of the Mortal Kombat franchise like I got to. It was completely insane to see Mortal Kombat 1 for the first time. Seeing blood in a fighting game was kind of mind-blowing, and it felt kind of taboo, like, hey, I shouldn't be seeing this. Kind of made you feel like an adult. Mortal Kombat 2 expanded on every aspect of that in a good way, in my opinion. As I said in my last video, I really was not that big of a fan of Mortal Kombat 3, but Mortal Kombat 2 was truly mind-blowing. I still remember the first time I saw this machine. It really just kind of caught me off guard. I didn't even know it was coming. I walked into the arcade, they had 3 of these. I saw the beautiful marquee, and I remember getting like the chill feeling where it feels like the hair is standing up all over you. And it was so cool to see a ton of people piled around it. Probably didn't get much time to play it that day. It was so busy and so popular. But as time went on, I spent a lot of time with this game, and it really was mind-blowing. We get everything from new characters, better-looking graphics, really a pretty game. This is a bright, beautiful, colorful game, and I love pretty much everything they did with it. Now, I will say, the dreaded difficulty on this game is just outrageous, and it has been proven to actually cheat. When I was a kid, I used to feel like this game is not really fair at some points, because you just cannot do certain moves at some points no matter what. You'll actually see the AI doing things against you that you literally can't do, and it has been proven to cheat. People that have dug through the game's code have found that, yes, it does read your inputs, and yes, it does counter them, and the difficulty will rise automatically no matter what the arcade operator sets it to. For example, this is set to very easy, and as you just saw, I got a flawless victory. It was no problem. I'm only on the first fight, though. As I get to fight number 2, the difficulty moves up a little bit. As I get to the 3rd fight, it keeps moving up a little bit more. And as I'm at the 5th, 6th, 7th, or even 8th fight, I'm almost playing it at the max difficulty, no matter what the game is set to, like I mentioned before. It's just how it is, and it's nice to be proven that that's actually a thing. This game was ultimately released to make money. That's just the simple fact. And it did just that for Midway, for the Mortal Kombat team. So when it was coming out at home, I was very excited because I really wanted to see how it was going to be at home, and I was hoping it was going to be a little bit easier at home. To be perfectly honest with you, I have played these games recently on the channel, on the console, Genesis and Super Nintendo. I genuinely do not remember how difficult they were or not. So I don't go back to them much. I have them, but I have the real arcade version at home that's very easy for me to play. For me, there's no reason to go back and even try those versions after you've kind of fiddled around in them. But that's just my opinion. I was always an arcade purist, and I've always loved the arcade versions more. But today we're going to dive in with Sega Genesis first. We're going to compare a few things. One thing I want to point out about the arcade version before we move on is look how large the character sprites are. Of course, we have the names inside the health boxes, which was something that was kind of contentious in the comment section on my last video. It was, who cares? And then there was tons of people saying it bothered me too. And I fully understand, because it truly upsets me. For some weird reason, there's really no good reason for it. It's just because it's different from the arcade, and that did bother me. So without further me talking and being boring here, I'm going to switch to the Sega Genesis right now. All right, here we are at the Sega Genesis. I am using the 6-button controller, another thing that was brought up in the Mortal Kombat 3 video. Some people hate it, some people love it. Oh, look at this. Very dark. I like the music. That looks pretty good. I like the colors. The music's not bad either. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. I messed up earlier and I did not have the 6-button ready to go. I am on the 6-button controller though. Right off the bat, character sprites look decent. They're animated well. I'm zooming in. Hopefully this can be seen. There's Baraka. I mean, overall it doesn't look bad. Oh God, I didn't want to be Liu Kang. I forgot to change to Katana, but we'll just, we'll go with it for now. Tower looks pretty good. Music sounds pretty good. Let's see if this is better now that I've fixed the, to the 6-button controller. Yeah, much better. What the? Oh, oh. Wow, it feels a little clunky, but I probably just need to get used to it coming from the arcade. We have announcer voices saying stuff like outstanding. We don't have round 2, we don't have round 1. We do have fight. We don't have Liu Kang wins, which is a bummer. Blood is pretty well intact. It looks pretty much like the arcade. That's pretty cool. I gotta really work on my timing there. Alright. Wait. Oh, I got it. No Liu Kang wins. No fatality either. Oh no. But the names are in the boxes up there. Let's note that. Fight. That's a shame they couldn't keep the voices. I do recall that now. I remember talking about that in my last video. What the? Limited voice work in the game, but you know, still, it's not terrible. Outstanding. I am going to turn the volume down a tad. It's pretty loud. There we go. Fight. Oh man, I feel like those jump kicks, they have weird timing to them. I'm trying to do the jump kick and fireball right after, and it's a little tough. I just remembered I don't know his other... Oh yeah, I know it. I totally forgot. If I die, I'm going to switch to Katana because she's kind of my main. Oh, the guy's not floating in the bag. That sucks. Huh? Oh. I do like that we got the blood splat sounds, the kind of crunchy splat sounds they have. Fight. Oh, that got a little slow. So one thing that the Genesis had over on MK1 versus the Super Nintendo was obviously blood and real fatalities. We actually had the actual ones from the game. They kind of lost that edge on this one, and I think that was a big blow to them. You know, they did not have the hardware that the Super Nintendo had, so that may be a big factor for me. I feel like I can already almost say... Oh, that was a flawless. It doesn't say it. I can already almost say for sure that I'm going to like the Super Nintendo version better, but it's still fun to see both. And I want to say I had the SNES version as a kid. No, that's not true. I said that on my last playthrough. I just remembered it too. I did not have it. I must have started with the Genesis version because I did not have a Super Nintendo until Killer Instinct came home. And that was what made me bug my parents to get a Super Nintendo. Ooh. Well, at least the fatality does drip blood. So I guess what I'll do is play, like I said, play as Liu Kang as long as I can. If I die, I'll be Katana. And I'll do the same on Super Nintendo just to keep everything as fair as possible for comparison. Man, I cannot land that. Maybe too fast. The stages look pretty good. They are a little grainy, similar to MK3. I guess Genesis just kind of had a grainy look to it, which is interesting because if you look at Sonic the Hedgehog, I think that was actually a pretty game. It wasn't grainy. It was more pixely than anything. It's just kind of weird that it ended up looking, all the MKs ended up looking like that. What the? Oh. One other thing I want to address is on the last video, I did get a lot of new people watching the channel, which is great and everything. Several people had a problem with the fact that I'm recording a TV. And I understand what you're getting at or what you're saying, but there's a couple of reasons I'm doing that. The one main reason initially is I think it just looks better. I know I could capture the footage, and I know that you could watch it on your flat screen TV at home, but the problem is when you do that, these games are going to look horrendous captured. They are extremely low resolution compared to modern TVs. At least this is outputting something this CRT TV can actually use. That is a big factor, and this is how the games were meant to be seen. They weren't meant to be seen on HD TVs. They don't look good on them, and that's the whole reason I went and got... Oh, that's the whole reason I got a 19-inch CRT for my home arcade here, so I could put in all my old consoles and see the games as they were meant to be seen. The second reason is a little more technical, and it's just the simple fact that this is an arcade channel first, and I mainly film arcade footage, so you can rig up capture systems for arcade games, real arcade games, but it involves hacking up your wiring, and I prefer to keep my machines as original as possible, so I do not do that. So therefore, I have to point a camera at the screen. So that's the reason for this. Please don't be too upset with it. If you want to watch a channel that's going to capture footage, there's probably a billion of them online, and you can easily just go see all the captured SNES and Genesis footage you want. That's up to you. What the? Oh, too slow. You know what? I kind of want to die, so let's do it. Throw me in the pit, too. Oh, he did. Alright, that was decent. That was decent. I feel like this game got... Again, I don't remember MK1 on the Genesis that well. I have played it recently on the channel. I just don't remember it. Oh, I should have looked at that. That was grainy as could be. But it feels like they stepped up the quality here, gameplay-wise and everything else. Like, they probably had a bigger budget, too, I would imagine. Can you pause? Let me try that real quick. Oh, no, pause is a block. Okay, I guess because for non-6-button people. Blood, there's actually more blood there than I expected from that move. That move is very bloody in the arcade. That was pretty impressive. Let's see. Oh, I can't get that quick enough. I'm very much a fight stick guy. I'm so used to playing on arcade cabinets, like I said earlier, that it's hard to go back to gamepads, so if I suck a little, that's because of that, for the most part. Oh, I couldn't get all three, though. Alright, off with his head. I will say that stage kind of stayed pretty intact from the arcade. They didn't have to cut too much of it. Alright, Jax, let's see how big you are. Oh, Jax is a little small. Gotcha! That's in there, but no announcer voice. Interesting. And we have the characters in the background. I was not sure if they were there. I couldn't remember. Gosh, I cannot get that move out quickly enough. Oh, got him. A little combo going here. Oh, flawless. Let's get this fatality if I can. And we got a screen flash with some special, like, fancy effects. That was actually pretty cool. It wasn't just like a static white screen for a second. It was like a flash with a fade, and there was, you know, different gradients or whatever you want to call it in the background. It was pretty cool. I'll see if I can knock her into the water, assuming I win. If not, I'm sure she will knock me in the water. Or acid. Oh. One thing I would like to hear from you guys in the comment, I mean, among others, is I would love to know what your parents thought of Mortal Kombat. Did they have a big problem with you playing Mortal Kombat? Did you have to sneak around to play this? I had a few friends that had parents that would not let them play it. My parents did not ever, oh, I'm dead, did not ever really mind. My mom was always like, you know you can't do this stuff in real life, right? I was like, yeah, I can't rip a dude's head off no matter how hard I try. All that. So they never really cared that much. I was also an only child. I didn't have younger brothers and sisters that were watching that they might have been upset about, but I'd love to hear your stories. I always felt bad for my friends whose parents were like, you're not playing that game and you're not going to his house if he has that game. Oh, I got the triple. Uh-oh. Let's see, can I do it? Yep. But yeah, I'd love to hear if you had that problem. I mean, I felt so bad for friends of mine. I had one friend who was from a very religious family, and his mom did not allow any of this stuff.
Fight.
Let's see, does this work? Oh yeah, just like the arcade. Oh, too easy. Okay, one minor note, by the way. This is, again, very nitpicky, similar to the names in the boxes. This is above the boxes. I love that it says push start, not press start. That was another thing that would bother me. As I mentioned when I was playing the arcade version at the beginning of the video, I am an arcade purist. I am a bit of a douche about it. And seeing push start is what I wanted to see, because that's what the arcade said. Sometimes you would get console ports and they would say press. This is totally nitpicky, I'll admit that. It was something that bothered me about it, and I was happy to see that this actually says push. And I genuinely don't remember what the SNES version says. Oh. Does Scorpion's move not have any blood coming out of the opponent? Let's see. No! How do you not have blood? That's not good. That was like an exciting part for me, the way that blood flew out with the spear.
Fight.
Uh-oh, he's getting a little tough. The difficulty is ramping a bit. Still nothing quite like the arcade's difficulty, though. I notice our little guys that are the skulls or skeletons that are huddled up back there do not have their little campfire light going. That's behind Katana there. There's usually an orange glow coming out of there. I'll try to remember to note that in Super Nintendo to see if they have that little detail. Toasty! Black and white, little rough. Ding. Alright, off with your head, because I'm out of fatalities. I should have probably looked up how to do a babality. That's one thing I've never memorized. It's bizarre. I never memorized any of that about Mortal Kombat. I thought they were kind of goofy as a kid, and I never really got into them. But now I wish I memorized a few of them, but I never did. And once you get older, it gets harder to remember stuff. Raiden with a Y. That's common in console versions. Oh, he's being a jerk and a half. That didn't count? Oh my god. Wow.
Fight.
I'd love to hear if he has his sound effect, his voice effect when he does his flying move. As the great Daryl Sung calls it, honey marmalade, which makes me laugh, and that's all I hear now that he has said that. I'd love to hear a little honey marmalade, probably be muffled like that.
Fight.
It's got a lot of lightning in him, not a lot of honey marmalade. Oh, this cheese kind of works. Nope, he just makes a synthesizer sound effect. For that, off with your head, Raiden. I like the way of the bloop sound. As I understand it, there is a version of this that is fan-made where they did bring in all the announcer voices, and I wonder why that couldn't have been done at the console time. Maybe they've done some hardware mods nowadays to like give more room or something, or maybe it's just a programming issue, but I would love to know if anybody knows the answer to that. Sega does what Nintendo don't. In this case, I'm not sure that's going to be the case, but we'll see. Ooh, that was a good morph. A little slow, but it was cool. I missed it. I cannot remember if I mentioned it already. Yes, I'm aware this came out on many different consoles. No, I don't own most of those, as I call them, exotic consoles. Anything that came out outside of the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Gear, I don't have those, and I actually don't have a Game Boy or Game Gear anymore anyway. But I do have a Sega Genesis, and I do have a Super Nintendo. So we're going to compare those. I do have a PlayStation, but I can't remember if that ever officially released on here. I think it did. I love that flash effect. I really like that. And I want to make sure I try to note that in the, see if the SNES has something similar, or if it's just a simple flash. Kentaro, let's see how big he is or small he is. He is decent size. He's not great, let's say that. Oh, he's pissed though. Oh yeah. He moves a little slow motion when he falls. Probably because he's, oh god, he's such a big character.
Fight.
Let's see, does this cheese work? Okay, he just, oh, got that one at least. Triple comboed him. Oh, barely got that. Nope. Oof. Oh, wow. All right, let's at least look at this continue screen since I skipped it last time. Oh, yeah, that's pixel. Oh, or really, doesn't look like pixels. It looks like dirty almost, you know, like dots of light, almost like a fiber optic toy you'd get as a kid with all those little dot lights at the end of it, and just looks like tons of that. But still, it doesn't look terrible. I'm not hating. You know, it's just, it is what it is. Genesis was not as good hardware-wise at that time, but it still did the best it could, and it did a pretty good job, in my opinion. Ooh. He is a little bit tougher here than he is in the arcade. A lot of the stuff I would use to just beat him in the arcade, like these jump kick tricks, do not seem to work here, and I feel like he's taking a little bit more, or giving out a little bit more damage than the arcade version. I did not mean to do that. I was trying to jump. All right, that didn't work at all. Yeah, this jump kick thing is not happening. Wow. Well, it's a good thing I gave myself 30 continues, because this is tough stuff. If I lose too many times, I'm going to edit out some of the losses and just get to the one where I won, so this video is not too long. Funny enough, he's been the hardest by far. So, you know, the game really has been pretty forgiving, very much unlike the arcade. But boy, he has been a tough one. Ah, that roundhouse is not working either. And I keep, oh, there it goes. I didn't mean to do it, but I did it. Oh, I was so close.
Fight.
He walked right into it, thankfully. Oh! Yeah, he is tough in this version. He really is a boss. Whereas in the arcade, I feel like once I get to the Kentaro and Khan, I feel like I'm home free at that point. Like if I'm trying to do a 1-credit run, that is no problem for me. For the most part, I rarely die on them.
Fight.
Got him. Oh god, what was that? That was bad. All right. This is where I'm going to start editing out the failures, and I'll come back on the one I actually win on, okay? Wait a minute. I have not edited yet, or I have not cut yet. Is this the trick to beating him? Be less aggressive, maybe? Let him come to me. Look at this. Come to Katana, baby. Oh my god, these aren't landing, though. Oh, no. I think I got him. That's going to be the strategy. No editing needed, hopefully. We'll see how Khan treats me. I think if I don't get this one, then I will edit. Whoa. That's some reflexes right there. Alright, that didn't really work. Oh, no. I should have hit him. He's just so attracted to katana. Look at this. Oh. Let's not get greedy. He got me. Oh, he didn't. I got him. Oh my god, that was close. Alright, we didn't need to edit anything. I shouldn't have even said anything. I had this the whole time. Oh, he's so tiny. Look at him. He's precious. Oh, alright. I do wonder, does this work? The kick work? I bet that works. Although the buttons don't seem very responsive. Oh, it doesn't hit me when I do that. Usually that spear hits you. In the arcade, at least. That's nice. Oh, wow. Triple comboed him. That was a comeback right there, buddy.
You will die.
Mortal. Oh no, come on into it.
You will die.
Uh-oh.
You will die.
I don't know, Khan. He is a little too easy. Oh, too easy. Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't even hit it. It sucks when he's in the corner. I can't do a combo on him. Oh, he's done. Here we go. Pretty cool effect again with the white flashes. I actually like that ending. That it's faster. It's pretty nice. Oh, the ending. No, this is her ending. I forgot. It's so bad. Just the scrolling text very quickly, too. You got to read fast. That really sucks. The Genesis did not have proper endings. I'm pretty sure the Super Nintendo has it, if I remember correctly. How's the credits look? Oh, no. We don't even get the jump out character thing. Oh, no. All right. Well, that's the Sega Genesis version. I'm going to switch to the Super Nintendo now. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a palate cleanser. Not that I think anything's really wrong with the Genesis version. Okay, there are some things wrong with the Genesis version. I'm saying if I had only got this version, I still wouldn't have been that upset. But I think if I had had a chance to play the Super Nintendo, I think I would have been upset. Let's see if that theory holds true. I'm switching right now. All right, here we are. Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo. Let's see the intro. Ooh. Oh, it's already better. Yeah, it's better. So I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain we don't get any major story here, but let's see what the next screen is. That's right, we just get text on a screen, so that's kind of disappointing. But no problem, let's get right into the game. I do want to take a good look here. We're going to let it auto-pick Liu Kang. Let's look at his sprite. Good animation. Really, this looks only slightly better to me than the Genesis version. It's only slightly better in my opinion, at least. I do think the tower looks better. The characters are spaced out a little bit better. Everything seems to move a little bit faster. Oh, this looks pretty darn good. Although I am a little surprised... Whoa. I am a little surprised by how small the characters look. Okay, block is up. Where is block? Hold on. Okay, that's block. We have the names. We have the roars. Ooh. The names are outside the box and it says press start, but I'm not going to be, you know, that's nitpicky stuff gameplay-wise. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. Whoa, the blood looks really good too, bright and vibrant. There's way more character sounds too.
Finish him.
Oh, okay, that looks and sounds better too. One weird thing about the Genesis, or Super Nintendo version is that weird gap at the bottom of the screen. I noticed that on MK1 as well. It was like they needed to save screen real estate or maybe processing power to make everything else look better by just not filling the entire screen somehow. It's not a big deal, it's just odd. I love that we get lose, whatever he says. I really don't feel like my right block button is working very well.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, it's working. Oh, wow. The sounds are so much better. Toasty even sounds way better. Man, this one's tough, though. I hope there's not a limit on the continues. What is happening? Alright, that's one thing that's different there, too. If you notice on the Genesis version, on that fatality, on the arcade, when he uppercuts them, they're supposed to go way up in the air and take longer to fall. Genesis, they just had a regular uppercut from the look of things. This, they did go higher up, which was pretty cool to see. I do not know his pit fatality, dang it, or I would love to knock him in the pit. Ooh. It's alright, I might be switching to Katana here pretty soon. Maybe the Super Nintendo version's tougher. I did not know that. If it is. Ha, got him.
Wins. Round 2. Fight.
Some of the comments on my last video mentioned that this is their all-time favorite console version of Mortal Kombat. Which, by the way, I think there was just too many drops of blood right there on the uppercut, but you know, too much is better than not enough. I wish I knew his fatality. I know that won't knock him in.
Wins. Fatality.
Oh, man. I'm kind of ready to switch to Katana, so I kind of hope I die soon, but let's keep moving. Just in case there's a limit on the continues. I don't have to lose completely on this thing. Wow, that was cool. Gameplay feels better, in my opinion. Not by like a mile, but it definitely feels better. We do have Raiden with a Y again. I just don't understand it. I know it's to avoid a potential copyright issue, but if the arcade did it and got away with it, why are they even worried? Does he honey marmalade at any point? What the hell? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks like there was a little bit more animation on that too, more frames of animation.
Fatality. Round 1. Fight.
Something looks odd about this stage. It almost looks like the characters all look small in general. Maybe because it's such a large stage? Oh no.
Wins. Round 2. Fight.
I'm just not used to trying to block with this left button, but I do think it works a heck of a lot better.
Wins. Fatality.
A very, very kind of lame fatality. That somehow made it over from MK1, which is baffling.
Round 1. Fight.
What the? Can't believe that worked. Oh, that's not... I don't remember the chain situation on the Genesis. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments, but I do think the chains look better on this episode. They definitely have a better depth effect to them. In fact, they almost get in the way, really. They look pretty cool, though. Let's hope I can get my fat fingers to nail this fatality for the stage.
Finish it.
Got it. Oh, what? I was holding down the button. We had it. I did it on the Genesis, but I did not hear it on the Genesis version. I don't know if it doesn't exist in that one. I would assume not, since they had to cut so much voice. Alright, we're already at 6 wins. I might purposely die here so he can knock me into the spikes, but I'm going to put up a fight first. I'm not giving in right away. Whoa, whoa. Oh, wow, that was too easy.
UK wins. Round 2. Fight.
Still, I gotta try to kill him again. Alright, kill me, Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero wins.
I don't think you can pause on this one either. Let me try. Since I can mess around a little, let's see. No pause. I tried even hitting select. You better knock me into these spikes, Subs. Oh, come on. That's fine, though. I think I like the blood drop sounds better on the... this looks infinitely better. Holy crap, this almost looks arcade. Almost arcade quality. I only have 4 credits. I can't lose anymore. But I like the blood splat sounds better on the Genesis. They sound closer to the arcade, in my opinion. These just sound kind of muffled, like a lot of the voices sound. At least they're here. Whoa! Combos. A little bit of a lack of blood, especially if you're doing a jump kick, and I noticed no blood came out that time. The blood looks a little weird on this version, too. I've always noticed that when it lands on the ground, it looks a little bit like a cookie. I can't really explain it. Hey, take it easy. Looks like an unbaked cookie. Oh, the guys are glowing. I just noticed.
Fatality.
Oh boy, Kung Lao being that high up, he's going to be a pain. Hey, the guys in the background, the sky looks a little bit cleaner. Hey, I was blocking that. She is not doing her usual thing, so I'm going to have to beat her without any cheats. Nope, couldn't combo that one. That was probably my fault, though.
Round 2. Fight.
It's very weird she does not act like she does in the arcade or the Genesis version on this one. Oof. Okay, oh, we have the little bone sounds like you have in the arcade. That's really cool.
Round 1. Fight.
I am a little surprised how small the characters look on this version. I really thought the Super Nintendo was going to have a bigger look to them. Got the triple combo and the flawless. Does he say flawless, though?
Flawless.
Oh, he does. Nice.
Round 2. Fight.
This could be a double flawless with a fatality. Let's do it. says double flawless and everything.
Fatality.
Ooh, these two at the top are going to be just tough. Thank God Liu Kang's not up here.
One. Fight.
I only have so many continues, Kung Lao, so don't ruin it for me. Oh. That was a bad jump kick. All right. My block is not working. Oh. That was close.
Ghana wins. Round 2. Fight.
One of the complaints I read, people saying they didn't like the Super Nintendo version of this, was they said the input lag was too bad for them. I don't feel like there's much input lag, and it's something I would normally notice. You know, when you play like an emulated arcade game, you will feel the input lag you may not always feel it. You will really feel it if you've just come from playing the genuine machine with the original hardware. You'll feel the difference. Like, I play Killer Instinct on my real machine, and I switched the arcade one up to play online with people, and boy, the input lag is absolutely noticeable. I'm hoping he'll just spear me naturally, because... Oh, there we go. It has blood. Perfect. That's already a huge win, in my opinion. Oh, no. I do know the fatality with her, so we'll knock him into the pit. The pit 2.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, man. I was worried about these guys. They weren't tough at all. Oh, okay. I do remember this one. So I actually really like how this one was done. I would have liked to see more of a falling animation, but in a weird way, how the camera kind of pans left and right as he's doing his final descent to the ground, I think that was really a cool feature, and I kind of wish the arcade had done that.
Fight.
All right, Sung. Morph so I can see your animation. That does feel sluggish right there. Once you do that first hit and try to throw the fan, feels like the game is almost struggling. The hardware's struggling to stay at full speed. So it makes it a little tough to do my triple combo. In a weird way, I think it was easier on the Genesis version. But, you know, it's a minor gripe. That's a combo I didn't really even learn until I was older anyway. Whoop. Come on. He didn't even morph once. Uh-oh. Alright. We'll just finish him quickly. Would have been nice to see a morph, but I'm assuming it was fine, just like the Genesis version. Alright, here we go. Kentaro. Is he going to be bigger? Why is Khan on a tiny little piece at the top? But whatever. Oh, he definitely looks bigger. A little bit bigger than the Genesis. Not huge. But he looks a little more intimidating. Oh. Oh! Oh, no. Kentaro is tough in this one, too, apparently. Wow, that was very slow animation-wise. Oh, we have the crowd noise. I do not have credits to waste here, so I've got to focus now. What? He is tough. Oh, God. Oh! I got so lucky. He is. That was a triple. Super tough on this version. The jump kick thing is not working as well. Oh, man. Oh, no. If I lose, guys, I'm going to be so mad. Because then I'm going to have to redo this entire playthrough. But I guess if I truly lose all the credits, I'll just play my way back up to this point and then edit back in the continuance of the game. Because, man, what a... Oh, wait, I paused. Interesting, there is a pause. Only on that screen.
Round 1. Fight.
I shouldn't get negative. Believe in yourself. Oh, maybe don't. Oh, yeah, get in there. Tripled him. Oh. All right, he's coming to me. Will this continue to work, though? Yep, so far. Oh, I don't get a raging applause from the crowd? Thanks a lot.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Oh, he's coming. There we go. This is the key to beating him on the consoles. Just let him come to you. He loves the ladies. Oh no, I've lost him. Okay. Yeah, this block button sucks. It is not working. Oh, I got him. I gotta quit talking of editing stuff out. I just don't need to. I'm just too darn good. Not really. I just realized he was dead in the air. What happened there? That was very weird. Is that something that happens on this version? I totally missed it. Oh! Man, that started quickly compared to other matches. Oh, that's one of my favorite funny things about this version. Oh! So I made the... Last time I played this on the channel, I made the reference that he sounds like when your dog gets too old and it tries to bark and it just ends up going, oh! That's what it sounds like. Khan's barker is broken. It's ridiculous. That's like his only sound, too. Oh! It's like your grandpa sat on his testicles. And he's done.
No.
All right, we get the stage tour. Almost sounds like a heartbeat. It's very similar to the arcade, just slower. I'm not upset with it. Let's see if we get some proper endings, though. I'm pretty sure we do, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. We get him, that's right. I remember. We get the portrait, the wallet picture of her this time. This goes in your wallet versus the other one that goes on your wall from the arcade. But this is still better than nothing. And it looks pretty cool. It's just tiny. Almost looks like an iPhone. Do we get the proper credits, though? The cast coming out and taking a bow. Oh, yep. We get it with sound. We don't get their real names, though, which is kind of weird. Hey, I'm not complaining, though. All right, final verdict for me on this one is the Sega Genesis version is pretty good. It is not great. I don't know if you guys heard my knees and elbows popping. Like, how old are we getting? But anyway, it is pretty good. It's not great, whereas the Super Nintendo version feels like it's about... If I had to rate the Genesis 0 to 10, I would give the Genesis a solid 7.5. I feel like the Super Nintendo version is better. I don't feel like it's mind-blowingly better. I feel like it's maybe an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. But it's still really good. Both are really pretty competent versions. The Sega just is missing out on too much stuff. I assume it's hardware limitations or some other reason for it, but I'm happy to say both are good, but if you can only play one, I would always go with the Super Nintendo version. So that's my thoughts between the two. I have to give it to the Super Nintendo as the winner. I think that was pretty obvious as going in. It really wasn't that big of a mystery as the thumbnail might have made it look. That said, both are good, like I said earlier. I do want to talk about the GamePro scores, or at least overlay them. I do not have them in front of me at the time of recording. I'm actually going to have to go dig them up and get screenshots of them and put them on here. I think it's safe to say the Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo is going to get almost a perfect score. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more arcade and console content. I'll keep doing a little bit of these comparison videos here and there. I think they're pretty fun, and I don't know. It's something exciting about going back and seeing these old games again, especially coming from playing the arcade version so much. Let me know in the comments which version you think is better, and if you have anything in there that I may have missed about each version, please let me know. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.